I were to wake up tomorrow and have lost my memory, these are the books I would reach for the first time to experience all over again. The first book I'd reach for, and there was absolutely no surprise, but it is Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J Maas. What I would experience to read chapter 89 all over again, I mean, not even just chapter 89, just this whole book, is just, I would die to read this again. I'm never getting over this book. I think about these characters every single day. Nothing will ever compare. Sticking with the Throne of Glass theme, my second book I'd pick up is Queen of Shadows. Manon really comes into play. I know she gets introduced in Heir of Fire, but Manon just really comes into play in this, and I love that witch so much. Aelin and Manon even, just the most amazing female characters I've ever read about. The third book I would reach for, and this is actually my first ever 6-star read, it is Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I didn't really know what to expect going into this, but Justin is the standard. Justin is the best book boyfriend I've ever read about so far. Highly recommend this book. The fourth book I would reach for would be Heartless by Elsie Silver. I don't have a physical copy of it, but what I would do to meet Cade for the first time, Cade and Willa, to be fair, both of them are just as good as each other. But Cade, I am a Cade girly through and through. That porch scene lives rent-free in my mind. I think about Cade Eaton every single day. Obviously, my next pick would be another Sarah J Maas book, but Mist and Fury. I think this is just like a universal experience. Like, to be able to get to read chapter 54 and 55, yes, I am both of them chapters, okay? I am one of them girls who just love both of them chapters for many different reasons. But to be able to experience Feyre and Rhysand's love story, words can't even explain how much what I would do to read this book all over again. Okay, yeah, I like Sarah J Maas, all right? But the next book I'd pick up is Wings and Ruin. When I tell you I've not had such an visceral reaction to a book before, the ending of this book probably could have killed me off. Like, I was so emotionally traumatized by what happened. The war, the end of the war, like the person who turned up in his boat at the end of the war, everything just went downhill from there. And then the last book I'd pick up, I read this years ago. I don't have a physical copy. I must have thrown it out, and I'm so gutted I did. But it is Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins. What I would do to be able to bottle up that emotion I felt while I was reading that book, don't get me wrong, the whole series is fantastic, but specifically Catching Fire did things to me that no other book could ever do. Meeting Finnick, unreal. And then the whole arena, like the whole